get creative, be creative. When you are not naturally creative, what are you supposed to do? That's what today's video is. Okay, the first one is so obvious. Any of you who know me will know that I am absolutely obsessed with Pinterest, okay? I have 2 different Pinterest accounts. I have my personal one, I have my spiritual candy one. By the way, please come and follow me, please check it out, please join me on there. I absolutely love Pinterest and I think it is an amazing creative tool, so I will definitely use Pinterest. I love it. I've got, on my personal one, I've got like holidays, I've got obviously what to wear, where I've just pinned like hundreds of pictures of things, outfits to wear, but I've also got home, I've also got one like, this is a kind of a secret, but now I'm telling the world. I've got one like a children one, like for if I have a child, this is what I would dress it in, these are things I would buy. You know, this is slightly embarrassing when I have no partner, so, but anyway. You know, so I am obsessed with Pinterest and I think it's gorgeous the way it's set out. I think that it allows you to create boards, so you've got, it's kind of like a virtual vision board as well. It's very simple. Most people have got a smartphone that they can use it on, that they can download it on. Obviously it's free, there's just so many pictures on there, so I would highly recommend, number 1, get yourself a Pinterest board if you haven't already, and then come and follow Spiritual Candy and chat to me on there. The second thing is adult colouring. Okay, now obviously there's a massive craze now, they're everywhere, mindfulness colouring. But they are magnificent. Now, I've not really got any, I don't really use them. Anyone who's watched my January 2018 favourites video will see that I do like collages. So I don't, that's how I do my arty creative thing. So I don't do the colourings. However, I use them with the children at school, like mindfulness colouring. They love it, it's really good for them. I've seen lots of positive benefits from it. So I would say if you're not naturally creative, have a go at that. You can get all different types, you can get all different sorts. So you can get them in an area or pictures that you find particularly appealing. So have a look around. They're not that expensive. You can get them off Amazon. Hay House do a lot. So like Doreen Virtue does her angel colouring books and things like that. So there's all different types. So just have a look, and that would be definitely tip number 2. Okay, the third one, I am a master at this. And don't think, oh my gosh, she's so arrogant. Right, wait until you hear what it is. The third one is copying other people. Now I don't mean copying it and trying to take, you know, say it's your own and then trying to sell it or something like that. I don't mean that. What I mean is putting a Beyonce video on and copying it for your own enjoyment, yeah? Taking a picture off the internet that somebody else has painted and copying it for your own enjoyment. Not to say I did it, but just to give you a start, because if you are not creatively minded, and as in you are not used to using your creative muscle, this is a way to get you started. Everyone's creative, it's just in their own way. Okay, can I just say as well, I've kept it quite traditional art-based creativity today, but can I say I am not stupid in this way. I'm not saying that's the only type of creativity. You can have creativity in accounting, you can have creativity in the way you cook, you can have creativity in the way that you do anything. Yeah, creativity is about coming up with ideas. It's about the birthing of an idea, in my opinion. Okay, so that was funny, by the way, wasn't it? When I said creative accounting, you know, like making it up. No, I don't mean it like that. What I mean is that you can find beauty and creativity and flair with numbers, with anything, you know. But what I'm going for today is I'm just giving 5 tips that are kind of along the traditional route of arts, you know, the arts. So like I was saying with that, with the tip about copying, put on your favourite dance and dance along to it. Put on your favourite music and sing along to it. Take a painting that you like and copy it. This is a way to get your creative muscle flowing and to start that expression, okay? So that's that tip. The 4th tip builds on that point that I was making in the 3rd tip, that cooking or gardening is creative as well. So acknowledge what you're already doing that is creative. It might not be the most obvious thing. You might not have realized, hang on, when I'm cooking, I'm being really creative. When I'm planning my garden, I'm being really creative. When I'm organizing the shelves in my living room, I'm being really creative. So acknowledge your creativity in whatever way you find it. Now, I think with things like Pinterest, with things like Instagram, we're getting much more aware of our own creativity. So, for example, we might organise the things on our desk, take a photo of it and put it on Instagram. Not only have we got this then beautiful creative picture, which is basically just of objects in our house and objects we use every day, but then we've also got a selection of pictures that we are now thinking, hang on, it's got to be a certain colour combination or whatever. That's creativity too. So just be really aware of what you are already doing in your environment that is very creative, and maybe document it. If you want to kind of investigate your own creative journey, keep a journal, notice, be aware, because then you can kind of start observing your own creativity as well. The fifth one is kind of a traditional one, and maybe one that years ago we would have naturally gone to as a typical go-to to be creative, and that's the scrapbook. Yeah, so in any way, collect pictures you like, collect bits of anything that you like. So it can be bits of string, bits of glitter, bits of newspaper. You know, you can tear things up and stick them down, and you might add a poem, or you might add a picture you like, or you might draw something that you like, or you might try to copy something, you know, and you just collect your creative journey. So it can be literature, it can be art, it could be a photograph, you know, so it's your opportunity to really get very creative and with no boundaries really. You know, you can create a page a day, or you can, every time you go on an outing, you could take pictures and collect things and make something from that. It doesn't really matter how you do it. You might want to make little boxes of mementos from things. That might be your way of being creative. But essentially, a scrapbook of some sort, whether it's a 3D scrapbook or a standard scrapbook, but it's your way of expressing yourself through your own journey, and it can be of anything. Okay, so they're my 5 tips for getting creative in your own life if you are not creative at all. On the whole though, one tip that I would just say is to watch other artists, watch other creative people. Now, you don't have to go out into the community and do it, but you can. The perfect place is on YouTube. Look at other artists, look at what they're doing, watch documentaries, listen to them talking about art as well, because I think that is really helpful. The way they talk about looking, the way they talk about creating, because you may find that it gives you ideas. When you do look at these different things as well, whether it's music, whether it's painting, whether it's sculpture, whether it's music, it doesn't matter. But when you are watching these things, notice what you're drawn to. Keep a note of it in your scrapbook, in your journal, on your phone if you're not documenting it in that way. Just make sure you are aware, what am I drawn to? Because that's going to give you clues of the next steps for you in terms of your own creativity. Okay guys, so for me, the overall thing is to observe yourself. The key is your own creative excitement. What makes you think, oh, I like that? You might think, oh, I could never do it. And that's natural. If you're not naturally a creative person, you haven't really tried these things before, you may well look at them and think, well, I can't do it. It doesn't matter. Notice what you're drawn to. Take steps in that direction, and you are going to find your own creativity grow and expand, and you're going to feel so much more nourished and excited and enjoy life so much more as a result. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe the video, and I will see you very soon.